están todos? Aquí Juan 350 y bienvenidos a un nuevo video de la aventura y la magia cobran vida. Hoy volvemos a Way y continuamos la historia donde lo dejamos. Vamos con ello. Hostia. Bueno, resulta que donde nos quedamos, Abby tiene hambre. Se la trajimos aquí de nuevo para que coma todo lo que quiera.
Hello? Are you with me? You seem a bit distracted. With so much delicious food right in front of you, aren't you gonna try any? Well, if you're not interested, I'll gobble it all up. You've been absent-minded the whole day. Still bothered by that dream from last night? Wait, so you had a dream about the Sentinel? Like the one from your flashback when we saw the Sentinel statue after you lost your memory?
Esta vez y más.
Hang on, so let me get this straight. The Sentinel swooshed you off to a mountain shaped like a dragon. And then there were all these bad things going on with lots and lots of tacit discords. But the Sentinel saved the day. How exactly did it protect everyone again? Oh, in your dream it made the time different there.
Yeah. The time in the mountains seemed to have slowed down from the outside, away from the tacit discords. The Sentinel must have created a barrier by manipulating the flow of time, keeping those monsters out. It was a safe haven from all the disturbances caused by the tacit discords, where people lived peacefully. Also, in my dream, I wasn't affected by the slow time and could freely move in and out of the barrier.
I'm no shock that you have awesome powers, being friends with me. What was that place you dreamed about called?
I'm not entirely sure I heard it correctly, but in my dream, the Sentinel mentioned a place called Mount Firmament.
Mount Firmament? Never heard of it.
You've never heard of Mount Firmament? And I'm sure you're not from around here.
Hold on! Did you just say Mount Firmament?
Oh my! Did that echo just talk?
Sí, es mi eco especial. Es una buena amiga mía.
Come on, man, relax. You don't hear an echo talking every day, but it's not that uncommon either. I heard there's a country called Rhinus. What? Anyway, the echoes there are next level.
¿Qué pasa con este monte firmamento?
Oh, you're not from around here? Well, that explains why you don't know about Mount Firmament. Legends say Mount Firmament is where the first people of Jinzhou lived. It looks like a giant statue of our sentinel, Zhui. I've never actually heard of anyone going to that place. They say those who try either get lost in the sea mist or never come back. If you're curious, just head southeast. Mount Firmament is on the east side of whining Iex's Mire, and you can see it from a distance.
The southeast.
¿Qué piensas? ¿Alguna idea?
The past few days, especially this morning, I caught this unique smell from the southeast. From that mountain they just mentioned.
Un aroma único. ¿A qué te refieres?
It's like a strong energy pulsing through the air, but I can't quite put my finger on it. It feels kind of weird, though. Doesn't smell natural. Could it have anything to do with what you said? A place where time passes slowly? Do you want to go check it out?
Claro que sí.
I had a flashback about seeing their sentinel. Perhaps that happened on Mount Firmament. I can feel an unknown force guiding me, urging me to go there and find something. Jinshi said she'll go search for the sentinel and update me on its whereabouts. But so far, I've not heard anything from the City Hall yet.
Then shall we go check it out together? It feels really suspicious.
Vamos a preguntarle a Jinshi al respecto.
Abby, are you getting sleepy again?
Let me take a quick nap, all right? I've got keen ears. If anything goes down, just give me a holler and I'll be up in a jiffy. I swear.
Buenas, buenas. Vamos adentro. No puedo entrar en la biblioteca. Ah, sí puedo entrar, creo. Ok. Vamos a entrar tranquilamente. Ahí está la señora magistrada. Solo a la compañera.
Greetings, Rover. What can I help you with today?
Estoy aquí por Jinshi. Tengo preguntas sobre la centinela.
I regret to inform you that Madam Magistrate is not in the City Hall. She has left for Mount Firmament. In fact, we have not heard back from her for days.
Así que no sabes qué está tramando.
Unfortunately, no. Please keep this confidential. The situation in Jinzhou is still unstable after our battle with the Threnodian. We must limit discussion of the Magistrate's whereabouts to a select few.
¿Qué sucedió?
When we captured Scar, he claimed that the Praxidus had imprisoned our sentinel. It was around the same time that Madam Magistrate lost track of Sentinel Jue. If our sentinel is truly in danger, or if someone with malicious intent obtains this information, the potential consequences could be as catastrophic as the previous Threnodian invasion. In order to investigate the sentinel's whereabouts, Madam Magistrate has left for Mount Firmament, its last recorded location.
¿Jinshi llevó a alguien con ella? ¿Guardaespaldas? ¿Puedes ponerte en contacto con ellos?
Madam Magistrate traveled to Mount Firmament alone. The looming threat of the Threnodian discouraged any additional diversion of human resources. Furthermore, when it comes to the Sentinel, force is not a viable solution.
Necesito ir al monte firmamento para encontrarme con la centinela.
Madam Magistrate trusts you. It is beyond my authorization to meddle in your decisions. However, the landscape around Mount Firmament is complex. One must be accompanied by a special wayfinder to navigate safely. That's all I know.
Entonces, ¿dónde puedo encontrar a esa guía de caminos?
Currently, she's likely at the ferry terminal in Whining Ix's Mire. I'll reach out to her. To learn more about Mount Firmament, you can meet her at the ferry. I lack the same level of understanding of the situation there as she does.
Entiendo.
I trust Madam Magistrate's decisions. I will do my utmost to handle the public matters on her behalf while she is away. This worry about her safety won't leave me. In her last video message, I could tell she seemed weaker than usual, despite her efforts to maintain composure. Madam Magistrate's situation might not be optimistic. Rover, Mount Firmament is a dangerous place. Please take care. I've sent the coordinates to your terminal. Thank you for your kind help. I pray you will both return safely.
Claro que sí. Abby, ¿estás ahí?
I'm listening. Hey, did you notice how the mountain has a strangely pleasant smell? It doesn't look edible, though.
¿Tienes hambre de nuevo?
Not that I'm hungry or anything. I just tend to doze off easily. Feels like my body can only process what I consume while sleeping. And don't worry, if there's any danger coming your way, I'll wake up like clockwork, just like last time. Well, unless there's nothing that can even remotely challenge you. In that case, I probably won't wake up.
Let's head to the ferry. Mount Firmament. Our wayfinder should have plenty information to share.
Pero qué interesante. Cuanto menos interesante. Bueno, en resumen, la historia como va, desde el inicio hasta dónde vamos, simplemente somos errante, que de la nada aparecimos o despertamos en la costa de este lugar de Jinzhou. Dos chicas nos rescataron y pues han tratado de ayudarnos lo más posible. La magistrada que se conecta con la centinela Yui usualmente ven el futuro y pues ellas nos han tratado de ayudar también. A lo largo de toda esta historia hemos visto a ciertos personajes interesantes como los de la Costa Negra o los enemigos que creen saber de nuestro pasado. Y todo este pasado con Scar lo capturamos porque quería eh, capturar o destruir toda la biblioteca de Jinzhou. No lo dejamos, lo capturamos y pues no sé en ese momento dónde está, se supone que está encerrado. Después tuvimos que esperar a la lluvia inversa y derrotar a un DT gigante, un trenodiano, que al derrotarlo apareció
This is a
Abby
testament to
en
my
nuestra mano,
connection with the world around
que fue
me.
capaz de absorber toda la
It's very
energía del
much my
trenodiano.
companion now, bearing witness to everything I've experienced.
Después obtuvimos, bueno, hablando con las chicas, soy Maca, y bueno, le dimos el nombre Abby, que simboliza que alegría. Y pues bueno, ahora tenemos que ir al monte firmamento, que está lejos. A ver. Bueno,
Leave it to me. No hesitation.
cierto, obtuvimos, al estar tratando de derrotar a la trenoviana, obtuvimos como cierta habilidad de destrucción. Es una cierta habilidad especial. Y ahora tenemos que ir a este puerto. Y este es el guía que se supone que nos llevará al monte firmamento sin perdernos.
Are you trapped here by the rain?
No, estoy esperando a alguien.
I happen to be waiting for someone too.
¿Tú eres la guía de caminos?
I am Chun-Li, your wayfinder. Don't worry, the rain won't last much longer. Our destination lies just beyond it. Rover, what do you know about Mount Firmament?
¿Es el lugar donde se fundió Jinzhou?
There is a certain folk tale. Have you heard of it? While hiking in the mountains, a woodcutter came upon two people playing Weiqi and became enthralled with their game. Upon his return home, he found a world transformed. Everything was different, as if in a new reality. That mountain was a secret realm where time worked differently. The woodcutter only spent half a day inside, but outside, a century had passed. Mount Firmament is such a place. But unlike this folktale, there is a price to pay for entering and exiting its grounds. If I spend a full day in the mountains, 10 days will be taken off my lifespan upon my leaving, reflecting the actual time that is passed outside. Not to mention, the situation on Mount Firmament right now is probably even more complex than before.
¿Qué ha ocurrido?
The strange time patterns of Mount Firmament are tied to the Sentinel's temporal mandate. Time ebbs and flows at its will.
O sea que si quiere que el tiempo pase muy rápido afuera, se le da la gana. Y si no, no.
If the Fraxidus really has imprisoned our Sentinel, causing it to lose control of its powers, that could explain the temporal disruptions. Which means Mount Firmament is basically a dead end,
Y,
with no way out.
y estás yendo directamente hacia ese callejón sin salida.
Lifespan is not the top of my concerns. If you've decided to venture there, I'll join you as your wayfinder. Jinshi has stayed on Mount Firmament for too long.
Sanhua dijo que ella podría estar en peligro.
She doesn't miss a thing, does she? Before Jinshi left for Mount Firmament, scales began appearing on her body, and her resonance ability was weakening. Those signs pointed to a dire situation for the Sentinel as well. That's why I must lead you there. You might have the key to solving our dilemma.
¿Qué quieres decir?
You're here because I invited you. Sanhua was instructed to disclose my whereabouts if you ever went to City Hall and asked about Jinshi.
¿Cómo sabías que iría al ayuntamiento?
It's no surprise that you went to City Hall for answers, considering your memory loss and Jinshi's prolonged absence. I need to tell you the truth, because you've been the top priority. No, the sole concern of our enemy, the Fraxidus. That overseer tried everything to sway you and make you join their side before our battle with the reviving Threnodian. It's a clear sign that your involvement could disrupt their plans, especially at Mount Firmament.
¿Por qué se preocupan tanto por mí?
Records at the Grand Library tell a tale of someone who dared to enter Mount Firmament after the Sentinel's descent, and they emerged unscathed, as if time had no hold on them. They were also said to have stood alongside the Sentinel. And here before me stands someone who bears an uncanny resemblance to that very individual.
¿Crees que esa persona soy yo?
Is it you? If not you, who else could it be? It took me some effort to finally reach this conclusion. Rover, the journey ahead is filled with danger at every turn. Once we venture into the mountains, there's no turning back. Are you sure you still want to join me?
Soy la clave para resolver tu dilema, ¿verdad?
As your wayfinder, I'll lead you to your destination. What you do after that is entirely up to you. The rain is subsiding, and the sky will soon clear. It's time for us to head out.
Y pensar que yo había tratado de llegar hasta aquí volando y no pude, era solo porque me faltaba una guía.
We're at the base of Mount Firmament, but we won't enter the temporal barrier until we cross the luminous shore. The bridge has broken.
Hmm, ¿Qué es esto?
Judging by its design and intricate details, it must be a creation of the court of Savante. This is what they call a chronosorter.
¿Qué es eso?
It mimics the Sentinel's temporal mandate, able to reverse small-scale events and restore objects to their previous state.
Usa para reparar el puente, me imagino.
My master once told me about the court of Savante and their fearless quest to unravel the mysteries of Mount Firmament, risking all in their pursuit of understanding its strange flow of time. Their dedication bore fruit in the form of fascinating inventions, such as this chronosorter. But it doesn't add up.
¿Qué está pasando?
Why hasn't this brilliant invention spread beyond Mount Firmament? This chronosorter was built beyond the temporal barrier, so its creator must have already paid the price for leaving. But even if they died, there are countless other CSC members who could replicate it. How did such advanced technology become lost? Or do these chronosorters stop functioning once they are removed from Mount Firmament?
¿Qué deberíamos hacer ahora?
This chronosorter, weathered though it may appear, bears no signs of neglect. Someone has tended to it diligently. Let's give it a try.
Cronoclasificador 1. Usa el cronoclasificador para cambiar el flujo del tiempo en un área pequeña, lo que provocará que el estado de ciertos objetos en el área cambie. Ok. Cronoclasificador 2. Arrastra la línea de tiempo hacia la derecha para que el tiempo en la zona avance. Arrastra la línea de tiempo hacia la izquierda para que el tiempo en la zona retroceda. Después de terminar tus ajustes, los objetos afectados por el cronoclasificador mantendrán el estado en el que estaban después del ajuste más reciente de la línea de tiempo. Ok. Antes de eso vi esta pequeña cosa acá. ¿Qué es esto? Campanilla de viento. Las campanillas de viento están dispersos por el monte firmamento y se pueden recolectar utilizando ataques básicos o ataques a distancia. Estos parecen ser de gran interés para algunas personas, quienes estarían dispuestos a intercambiarlos por algunos recursos valiosos si estás dispuesto a ceder algunos. Ok. Para mí. Ok, no. Ok, ok. Ah, es que hay un cofrecito.
Unexpected
A mí.
discovery. Wind, guide me.
Bueno, ahora sí. Dice. Tarararam. Así se reconstruye. Ok, interesante.
Hmm.
Otra campana. Uy, un águila súper bonita. O un búho. Lechuza. Campana para mí. Y esto. ¿Eh? Está activado. Perfecto.
Weren't they concerned about losing lifespan?
For those fanatics, nothing mattered more than the truth. To live every moment. Rover, it's the Fraxidus.
Shadow descends. Shadow follows. No hesitation. One with the sounds. Keep it together. Last chance.
Hostia.
Fraxidus. It's them again.
They've set traps all around the luminous shore. They must have anticipated your arrival.
Cofrecito.
None shall whisper.
Hostia. Gasta la ulti. ¡Ah, mi cofre! ¡No! Vale.
The entrance is sealed.
It's the photon barrier, another invention from the court of Cervante. Specific steps must be followed to undo the barrier. Rover, I'll guide you.
Dice. Fotoveda, fotobóveda y barrera de fotones. Las fotobóvedas generalmente vienen en conjunto y se utilizan para crear un camino de energía dorada que está vinculada a la barrera de fotones. Tanto los ataques a distancia como los ataques cuerpo a cuerpo pueden desactivar la fotobóveda, así que la barrera de fotones también se desactivará, y los enemigos estacionarios dentro de la barrera se activarán nuevamente.
Use
Primero,
long-range weapons
cofre.
on the photon vaults to cut
Luego,
off its energy.
dron. Y tacata.
Once we've reached the cave's end, we'll enter the domain of Mount Firmament. Proceed with caution.
Mm, un conejito, pececitos, yerba. ¿Otra barrera? Ya estamos
so
adentro.
it can't hurt me.
Uy, a ella le duele. ¿Es este el extraño patrón de tiempo que mencionaste?
Time on Mount Firmament used to simply flow slower than in the outside world. Visitors were safe as long as they remained within the temporal barrier. But what we're seeing now is different. The flow of time has gone haywire. This is what we call temporal disruptions. What was once slow and steady has become chaotic and turbulent. Some areas are frozen in time, while others speed up or slow down unpredictably.
Ok.
No one knows how much they'll age after leaving Mount Firmament. But aging from youth to old age may be a blessing compared to the unknown fate that awaits. Leaving Mount Firmament could turn any mortal to dust in just a moment. Such is the power of time within its walls.
Hmm.
These poor creatures, trapped in the temporal disruption, are the most pitiful of all. Their bodies and minds have been ravaged by the chaotic time, leaving them in unimaginable suffering. So, it looks like the Fraxidus did manage to capture our sentinel, leading to the temporal disruptions we are facing now. I had wished that my theories would turn out wrong. As expected, my terminal isn't working. We can't reach Jinshi. The temporal disruption is preventing it from functioning.
Claro, las ondas de radio nunca llegarán porque están congeladas en el tiempo.
We can't waste a moment. Jinshi's fate isn't the only one at stake. All the inhabitants of Mount Firmament are in danger. We need to hurry to Hongjian, a town nestled at the heart of Mount Firmament. Jinshi would likely pass through there on her search for the Sentinel.
Un corzo escarchado atrapado en una interrupción temporal ahora está congelado para siempre en el instante antes de que sobreviviera al desastre. Aunque por dentro parece inmóvil y sereno, por dentro está siendo desgarrado por las fuerzas caóticas del tiempo. Dice, bicho escarchado, una criatura especial que se acurruca y se esconde bajo tierra para protegerse cuando se le acerca o se le ataca de frente. Ataca el punto débil en la espalda de los bichos escarchados desde la distancia para derrotarlos. Ok. Tiquitita. Listo. ¿Ya? ¿Eso era todo? Bueno. ¿Qué es esto? Desafío de guerra.
Checkmate. Endure and defy. One with the sounds. Nowhere to hide. Leave it to me. Shadow one with the sounds. no hesitation. One with the sounds.
Tear them to pieces. Time to wrap it up. My field of expertise. Zapstring, our turn. No mercy.
Swift and resolute. None shall whisper.
Al fin, se había desaparecido. Pero
An
yo
unexpected
cumplido.
discovery. The temporal disruptions have spared nothing on our way here. Chun-Li, does that mean you're in danger too?
So far, nothing feels out of the ordinary. It seems the Sentinel contained the situation before being fully trapped.
Vamos a desbloquear una nueva parte del mapa. Perfecto. Al fin. Ok, estas eran las dos que yo quería para completar el mapa hasta acá. Después de fuera de cámaras completaré todos estos lugares, pero sigamos con la historia. Guerreros atrapados en el tiempo y un pueblo todo atrapado en el tiempo. Triste.
What's the matter?
Soñé con este lugar.
You dreamed of Hongzhen? It sounds like you did dream of this place.
Soñé con Vircalaris siendo atacado por DTs.
What you just described closely aligns with the accounts documented in our Grand Library. Over a century ago, a vast horde of tacit discords invaded Huanglong. Hongzhen suffered greatly during that onslaught. Thankfully, the Sentinel descended, manipulating time to erect a protective barrier, keeping those monsters at bay. Rover, perhaps that dream is more than just a dream. It could be a glimpse into your own past and a guiding light for the future.
Son los fracticidos.
Hongzhen is a pivotal location, linking various parts of Mount Firmament. With the Fraxidus now targeting us, they'll seize any opportunity to intercept our path.
Han tendido una trampa en Villa Colaris.
But every trap has its weak points.
Claro, no se pueden comunicar. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es esto?
Someone has used their resonance ability here, but it feels different from the Fraxidus aggression. It's Jinshi. And it seems like she used it in a dire situation. Could it be related to the people of Hongzhen? The traces lead deeper into the heart of Hongzhen. Let's keep moving. Don't let your guard.
Someone fought here against those Fraxidus.
Must be Jinshi. Her trails led to this location. Using her resonance ability too much would only worsen her condition. But she must have had a reason. Was she helping the people of Hongzhen find refuge?
Changli, there are traces here.
They're pointing north. Let's proceed in that direction.
Leave it to me. One with the sounds. The traces disappeared by the pond.
Rover, you need to keep an eye out for anything unusual.
One with the sounds. Shadow descends. Shadow falls. One with the sounds. No hesitation. Shadow, keep it together. Checkmate. One more time.
Tear them to pieces. My field of expertise. Where's the destination?
The vase on the stone table seems peculiar.
There's
Hmm.
something behind the waterfall. Another photon barrier.
Ah, ok.
3 photon vaults to break. Rover, use ranged attacks.
El chanfle, bueno. Hacemos tic, tic, tac, y tucu, y sale por aventura.
You two, halt!
Hold on.
Lady Xingyi.
Relax, there are honored guests. No need to be tense. In a single day, we've greeted both the magistrate of Jinzhou and her trusted counselor in Hongzhen. I can only assume something significant happened. It's been a while, Changli.
I heard you stepped down from your position and moved to the countryside. And now here we are, meeting again after all this time, in such unfortunate circumstances.
For years, I lived secluded, no longer concerning myself with the matters beyond Hongzhen. But the current situation in Jinzhou is volatile. It has reunited us in an unpredictable moment. And you, young sir? What shall I call you?
Juan 350.
My name is Xunyi. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Please follow me this way. It's not safe to talk here.
Hmm. Estas personas están en este pueblo que la mitad de su población está congelada en el tiempo y la otra está viviendo el momento
I believe
de
you
la
are here for
catástrofe.
Magistrate Jinshi. The magistrate left Hongzhen about 15 minutes ago. She should be at the Truth Seeker's Pass now.
El paso de la verdad.
That's what they call it in Hongzhen. You might know it better as the ruins of a court of Savante facility.
¿Qué está haciendo Jinxie allí?
Lady Xinyi, please elaborate.
Madam Magistrate, are you...
I'm fine. How's the situation? Have we evacuated all the civilians?
Yes. Remaining civilians have been counted and escorted to safety.
Good. These hidden chambers should provide some much-needed shelter for them to rest a little. Despite being the Sentinel's appointed resonator, I haven't been able to sense its presence for some time now. I can feel my resonance ability waning, and I get my power from the Sentinel. This can only mean one thing. The Sentinel's condition is getting worse. Lady Xingyi, I need to know where the Sentinel was last seen. I can only fix the temporal disruption within a confined radius. It's already pushing my limits to keep this small pocket of space secure. Mount Firmament is in serious trouble, and we can't waste any more time. We need our Sentinel to stabilize the time flow.
The Sentinel was last seen flying towards Mianlun Chamber, where it would normally rest. The Fraxidus likely swarmed it soon after. But little did they know, We had a defense system in place, built with the help of the court of Savante. It was reactivated as soon as our sentinel made it back inside. This mechanism has allowed us to locate their troops, and we've already eliminated some of them outside the Mianlun chamber. To get inside Mianlun chamber, we have to find the cipher key in Truth Seeker's Pass and unseal it with the Keyforge.
Understood. I will go bring back the cipher key.
You are injured. Please, rest and leave it to me.
The Fraxidus will most likely attack this place once I leave. You must stay here and guard it. I implore you, Xingyi. Help me keep our people safe.
Yes, I will, Madam Magistrate.
Before I headed to Mount Firmament, the Fraxidus revealed a prophecy from our sentinel. A fateful clash between the sentinel and myself that would shape the fate of our city. I never intended to believe their baseless claims, but I was not surprised to hear it. The sentinel had told me long ago that there would come a day when I surpass it in power. A day when the humans of Jinzhou take control of their own destiny. Once we save the sentinel from danger, I intend to have a serious conversation with it about this prophecy.
And then she left.
There's still one thing that doesn't add up. How did the Fraxidus kidnap our sentinel? The Mianlong chamber was once renovated by the court of Savante. Do you think their research could be involved somehow?
I'll look into what you said. But once we have the cipher key, the Mianlun chamber will be left vulnerable to the Fraxidus' potential retaliation.
We must keep them at bay. Rover and I are headed to the Truth Seeker's Pass to meet up with Jingxi. We'll distract the Fraxidus' main forces, giving you an opportunity to stage your ambush.
And the locals will handle the rest. I will send some men to open up the side exit for you. Head south and keep walking a couple of minutes, and you will see the Truth Seeker's Pass downstream.
Ok.
Thank you, Lady Xingyi. Please, leave it to us.
In this place she was born, and in this place she returns. Our magistrate's fate is bound to Mount Firmament.
Ok. Más lore para la historia.
Wind, guide me.
Ah, pero pudimos haber entrado por aquí desde el inicio.
Xingyi and Jinxi know each other?
Jinxi was chosen as a baby for her resonance ability.
Sí, mira.
And raised in City Hall to become the Sentinel's appointed
Porque
resonator.
aquí es donde
All the
encontré el
government
copo este.
workers there helped care for and teach her at some
Bueno,
point,
¿qué es esto?
including Lady Xingyi. She grew up
Oh,
with
las
immense
garzas.
responsibility.
A ver. Dispositivo de salto. Ponte en el dispositivo de salto durante un periodo de tiempo para lanzar a la dirección objetiva. El dispositivo de salto también puede ser utilizado como te transporta. Puede ser utilizado cuando te transformas en Clangbang. ¿Clangbang?
From a young age.
Uy,
Back, Jinshi was only a teenage girl
toma.
when she became the magistrate. She has been
Interesante con humanos.
I assume this is the truth seeker's pass Xing Yi mentioned.
Yes. This should be another chronosorter. It should work in similar ways with the one we saw near the luminous shore. The entrance is built on that cliff, and it's been blocked. We will need to break the 3 photon vaults with ranged attacks first.
¿Cuál es el problema?
Nothing. I was wondering, how did the court of Savante create such an advanced mechanism using the Sentinel's power? Mortals aren't supposed to be able to comprehend it.
Yo pienso que
I've
como
never
ellos...
heard of any human civilization having the ability to manipulate time. Unless the Sentinel willingly taught them. But why? We need to focus on items related to the court of Savante in Truthseeker's Pass. Maybe we can find some clues there. One of the photon vaults always ends up blocked off. It can't seem to break. 3 of them at once. Perhaps we'll need to use the chronosorter.
Ahora sí.
One of the photon vaults always ends up blocked off. It can't seem to break 3 of them at once. Perhaps we'll need to use the...
A ver.
chronosorter.
Se supone que esto es el pasado.
Good. Did you see the tacitite fulminate on that cliff?
A ver.
Perhaps we can create an opening in this disk with an explosion.
Ah, tenía que romper esta wea. Ok. Listo. Perfecto.
It worked. The opening
Entonces si
fits
yo
right
llego
onto the
el...
middle photon vault.
Kiti, 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 kiti.
Rope.
Salió para pintura. ¿Y entonces cómo era el mecanismo sin
Blockade
romperlo?
has been lifted.
Tipo, los antiguos
Chloe,
tenían que abrirlo de alguna manera sin romper eso, ¿no? Para mí.
Remnants of the past.
Para mí la anarquía.
Why are there tacit discords here? No. These monsters, they don't look like the usual tacit discords.
these also look like the works of the court of Savante. They create simulated
Shadow follows. Nowhere to hide. One with the sounds. Keep it together. Is this the end?
Hostia.
Get lost. Zapstring, our turn. My field of expertise.
Esto los atacamos por aquí, por acá. Le dejamos
Back tenfold.
las cosas. Epa.
Master, the stage is yours.
Van a ser destruidos todos ustedes. No se preocupen. Cada uno de ustedes será abatidos. Muerte. Fino.
That thing up ahead. Is it another mechanism?
It seems to have unlocked after we got rid of those holograms. Let's go and have a look.
No hesitation.
Lagartija. Por aquí hay una campanita toda bonita. A mí. Perfecto. Dice cresta de llamarada y piedra de llamarada. Las crestas de llamarada suelen venir en conjuntos y se usan para sellar las entradas de una ruina y otros dispositivos. Cada cresta de llamarada corresponde a una piedra de llamarada. Las crestas de llamarada pueden ser extinguidas acercándose y activando las piedras de llamarada correspondientes. Después de que todas las crestas de llamarada de un conjunto hayan sido extinguidas, el sello se desaparecerá. Perfecto. ¿Acá habrá una campana o está arriba? Parece estar arriba. ¿Dónde estará el resto de las crestas? Porque entonces esta solo es una. Esta solo rompe una. Efectivamente.
Glowing patterns on that gate. It's a flare crest.
¿La corte Gitín construyó esto también?
Yes. The flare crests have a complex structure, but they can be deciphered with patience. See how each star represents a flare stone? That mechanism we accidentally solved earlier should be one of them.
Por eso la estrella correspondiente se ha atenuado.
Yes. We still need the other two flare stones to open it. Wait. Blood and scales here. It's Jinshi.
Jinxie resultó herida.
She is likely teetering on the edge of overclocking now. We are running out of time.
El diablo.
Decades have passed, but those researchers' presence.
No, hombre. Bueno. Informe de seguimiento de funcionamiento normal del espectro. Acá se los dejo para que lo lean ustedes, chicos. Es un texto relativamente largo. Y aquí tienen toda la historia para que la tengan. Para que la puedan leyendo, pausan el video. Totalmente tranquilos. Y sigamos.
The Sentinel's situation is worse than we thought. It had already sustained severe injuries when it descended upon Mount Firmament. With one of the temporal programs lost, it no longer had the power to restore time. Instead, it could only stop and rewind it.
So the Sentinel protected Hongjin with its power, but it couldn't return things back to normal.
It would seem so. According to their theories, the Sentinel's injury would worsen over time. And if the Sentinel perishes, the temporal disruptions will spiral out of control, engulfing all of Jinzhou. So the Fraxidus just added a pinch of salt to the already gaping wounds on Mount Firmament.
¿Hay alguna manera de sanar a la centinela?
There's nothing we can do. At least that's what it says in these records. Only the Mianlong chamber can provide temporary relief for the Sentinel, but it won't heal it completely. In the end, the Sentinel and a peculiar visitor who is immune to time disruptions would have to come up with a last resort.
¿La resonancia?
The Sentinel couldn't be fixed, so they decided to replicate its power onto a resonator through induced resonance. Their experiments resulted in the first chronosorter, a man-made resonance object.
¿Funcionó?
No. A chronosorter can only rewind time within a narrow range. It's no match for the Sentinel's immense power.
Si las cosas materiales no funcionaron, entonces si fuera una persona,
We are getting closer and closer to the truth. 2 more flare stones left. Everything aside, first we must find Jinshi.
Wind, guide me. Leave it to me. One with the sounds.
Get lost. My field of expertise. Watch it run.
Swift and resolute. One with the sounds. Shadow descends. One with the sounds. None shall whisper.
¿y esto? Hostia, por acá no hay maripositas. Por mí, eso también. ¿Qué es este lugar? A ver, esa cosita. Pues a mí también. Bueno, sigamos.
Another chronosorter. The
A
second
ver, ¿qué hace esto? Ok,
should be behind this gate. Let's
entonces...
restore the collapsed gate with this chronosorter. There is still another photon vault to break. We can't reach it from here. We may need to look around for a better vantage point.
Perfecto. Carapazón para mí. Dice, después de interactuar con el mecánico, inicia el desafío del Eco Clangban y transfórmala en un Clangban. Ok. Transfórmate en un Clangban y usa el dispositivo de salto para lanzarte y romper la barrera de hielo vertical. Transfórmate en Clangban, salta y luego lánzate a un ataque descendente para romper la barrera de hielo horizontal. Ok. Tú, para esto se puede romper. Mariposita. Oh, mariposas. No se puede más. Hay que volar, hay que volar. Serán
Remnants of the past.
ya son milagros. Ya son crisálidas. Esto lo voy a dejar quieto más bien. Y después lo miraré. Otra de las piedras. Sale para pintura. Ok, ya solo falta la tercera que no sé dónde está. Que capaz
One
está
last
acá.
flare stone to go.
Para
There's a
llamar al
carrier lift
ascensor. Me
nearby.
quedo con él.
Perhaps the flare stone is on the floor beneath us. We should be.
¿Qué en el superior?
Something about the carrier lift seems stuck.
Está atascado. ¿Y el inferior? El inferior sí. Esto también se lo dejo para que lo lean ustedes, chicos, con detenimiento, con tranquilísimos. Historia.
Is that so?
¿Qué dice?
So this file confirms that the chronosorters are artificial resonance objects. They activate when hit with a strong impact to create the corresponding resonance effects. And this also answers my previous question. The chronosorters rewind time through resonating with the sentinel.
Parece un montón de poder.
No, it was nowhere near enough. The chronosorters shut down once they are removed from the sentinel's range or the abnormal time flow on Mount Firmament. Plus, as artificial resonance objects, their capacity is limited. According to the Court of Savante researchers, there was a hypothesis that could potentially make them more powerful. The second, which states the collision between two resonating frequencies might cause a second resonance awakening.
Una lucha profética entre Jinshi y la centinela.
Yes. That fight has to happen to trigger a second resonance awakening for Jinshi, so she may exert even stronger resonance abilities, ones that allow her to restore the flow of time.
¿Tuvo éxito la investigación de la corte Jinshi?
Countless chronosorters were made to collide with the Sentinel's frequencies, but they were no match. All the machines turned to dust.
Sin excepciones.
One chronosorter briefly showed the power to restore time before breaking apart. This proved that a second awakening can indeed improve resonance ability. The research log mentioned that all chronosorters were working in an overdrive mode. It's similar to how human resonators experience overclocking, they wrote.
¿Qué es overclocking?
Overclocking happens when a resonator overexerts their ability. And this researcher who wrote this suggests that it might be the key to triggering a second awakening.
No parece nada bueno.
No, it's not. Exhausting oneself will only result in destruction. In addition, I noticed another detail in these records. The chronosorters required manual control, while the sentinel Jue appeared to be under someone else's command. In the only incident of success, just as the chronosorter was about to break down, that peculiar visitor gave an order to the sentinel. And the sentinel successfully transferred some kind of energy to the chronosorter thanks to that order.
Cuando el cronoclasificador está a punto de descomponerse,
Rover, do you have an idea? Jinchi.
hmm,
You.
Don't worry. Rover is special. The temporal disruption can't hurt him.
But Changli, you're...
Shh. I gave my word to be your pawn, and I intend to keep it. As your teacher and courtier, it is only right for me to do so. And let's not forget, without me playing the Wayfinder for Rover, we wouldn't even have him here. Rover has a strong connection to this place. You need his help to resolve Mount Firmament's crisis.
But we already owe Rover a lot.
no me importa ayudarte de nuevo.
Thank you, Rover. Thank you. Rover, I will do everything I can to rescue the Sentinel as soon as possible. And we can finally talk to it in person. It will surely have the answers you want.
Let's cut to the chase. What did you find in Truthseeker's past, Jinchi?
According to the Court of Savante's records, the Sentinel was already injured upon its arrival at Mount Firmament. As time passed and its condition worsened, the flow of time became unstable here, causing temporal disruptions that could potentially threaten Jinzhou. Only the Sentinel's appointed resonator can restore its temporal mandate. Their records indicate a solution. To reverse the rapid aging effect from temporal disruptions, I must deliberately collide with the Sentinel's resonance power during combat, triggering my second resonance awakening. That will enhance my power beyond its limits.
Let's say you can achieve all that. But Jinshi, do you understand what is at stake for yourself?
I understand. I share a resonance connection with Jue, but I never took the time to truly get to know it.
I've been blind to its suffering for so long. Sentinel Jue has been guiding us since the city's founding with its wise words and well-crafted decisions. The temporal disruptions we face are just a side effect of its efforts to protect local people. Without the Sentinel blocking out tacit discords through its time manipulation power, Jinzhou would be a barren wasteland today.
So what do you plan to do, Jinshi? If the Sentinel's condition is indeed incurable, nobody knows how far the temporal disruptions will continue to spread. Today it's Mount Firmament, but tomorrow it could be all of Jinzhou.
I will. If it truly comes down to that, I'll fulfill Jue's prophecy myself.
Ok,
It's the only way to save Mount Firmament, protect Jinzhou, and help the Sentinel.
Have you thought about the consequences, Jinshi? Trying to trigger a second awakening by fighting the Sentinel, it could make you overclock at any moment. We both know what that means. You could lose your mind forever, or even disintegrate into dust. You don't want to end up like those chronosorters, shredded under immense pressure. On top of that, do you honestly believe you can fight in your current condition? I can see right through your facade, Jinshi. You're essentially committing suicide at this point.
You're one to talk, my teacher. I learn from the best. When have you ever backed down from risking your life for what you believe in?
Oh? I don't remember ever teaching you that. We all die eventually, but we need to stay alive as long as we can to achieve more. Jinshi, you must live and inherit the Sentinel's power. Then you can save and protect these people for years to come.
Chengli,
Jinshi, I don't intend to stop you. I know you've made up your mind. That's why I brought Rover here. You may have already guessed it. Rover is indeed the hero who fought by our Sentinel's side during Jinzhou's early days. He is also the mysterious visitor spoken of in tales about Mount Firmament. All evidence we've gathered points to this being true. If anyone can help us with the situation at Mount Firmament, it must be Rover.
soy fuerte, no me haría daño ayudar.
thank you, my teacher. Jingxi will keep your words in mind.
Lastly, we still don't know for sure how the Fraxidus is keeping our Sentinel trapped. This will determine if you can actually meet it face to face.
Tal vez los fracticidios sean muy fuertes. Podrían estar utilizando los mecanismos de la corte chiquitín.
Yes, it could be any of these scenarios. Lady Xingyi is already on the case. You should get an answer soon. cipher key should be inside the stone chamber, behind its entrance gate. There is one more flare stone to work out. Let's get moving.
Ok, la vieja se está muriendo porque ella no resiste el campo que estamos aquí adentro. Ella le afecta, pero no se lo dice.
Wind, guide me. An
Dos
unexpected discovery.
cofres. Toma. Hmm,
Look, our last target. On those floating floor tiles. We need a way to restore them.
listo. Ahora.
It
¿O
worked.
quieren que retroceda el tiempo? ¿Esto qué hace? Ok. Ah, primero, primero me voy a llevar ese cofre.
The court of Savante set many traps here. They must have worked hard to protect Mianlong Chamber.
Primero este
Remnants of the
cofrecito
past.
todo bonito me encontraré. Y ya luego retroceder el tiempo para que sea una plataforma común y corriente. Perfecto. Ahora,
It's a trap. Watch out.
eh, hostia.
Take 4. Take 4.
Mm,
Negligence on my part.
One with the sounds. Sounds come forth.
Shine forever, my take 4. So weird. Take 4. Cross. Sever.
perfecto. Ok, ahora sí. Hemos desbloqueado la tercera estrella para desbloquear la puerta. Y continuar con la historia. Perfecto.
I'm done with all 3 flare stones.
Mm,
Good. Let's head back to the entrance. We should be able to access the cipher key now.
ok.
Checkmate.
Ah, es en serio, aquí estaba. Bueno, Ahora sí puedo subir arriba del todo.
Remnants of the past.
Es en serio, pero una misma joda, Dios mío. Ah, no, el chanfle. Ay, qué mierda. ¿Y esto para qué cosa de quién? Me encanta.
Cipher key.
Pa' mí. Otro sensor. Obtener la llave cifrada. Ok.
Rover, take good care of the cipher key. I'm leaving the rest to you and Jinji.
¿Y tú?
Please don't forget, I am your wayfinder. I journeyed with you into the mountains to ensure you meet up with Jinshi. From this point onward, I will be counting on you both to go and confront the Sentinel. This is all I can do for you. I'm here to guide, not intervene. The path is yours to choose. Not to mention, the Fraxidus has been pestering us non-stop. You'll need someone to keep them at bay.
Los fracticidios están aquí por mí.
Yes, they've been constantly watching you, interested in your every move. They can never seem to take their eyes off of you. By all means, please carry on without me. As for myself, I have a more fitting location to make my contributions from. Oh, speak of the devils.
Bueno. Ah, los fracticidios.
How rude. This is not how we greet people here. Allow me to demonstrate the proper etiquette.
Nah, esta es una master. Esta no se deja hacer ni chanfle, mira. Toma. Perfecto. Nada de qué preocuparse.
Chun-Li.
Those artificers are nothing to worry about. Don't worry. Chang-Li has her plans. I don't believe we will run into more ambushes on the way.
It's Madam Magistrate! She's back! I must go tell Lady Xinyi!
Cállese. Yo pascuero este.
Wind, guide me.
Llegué primero, no eres capaz de avisar nada, güey.
The Mianlun chamber is open now. You can proceed inside. Before you go, there's something important I need to tell you.
Sobre cómo los fracticidios encarcelaron al... Sobre cómo los fracticidios encarcelaron... Sobre cómo los fracticidios encarcelaron a la centinela.
Chang-Li was right. They used the court of Cervantes' research to trap our sentinel in its resting chamber.
¿Cómo lo hicieron?
They used the chronosorters.
O sea, la teoría que yo ya había
Our captured
intentado.
artificer revealed that the Fraxidus sent a death squad to invade Mount Firmament. They had a twofold plan. First, to place the chronosorter in the Mianlun chamber while it was still operational. And second, to lure the sentinel back to Mount Firmament. Although their death squad was no match for the sentinel, by forcing its hand, the powerful resonance ability of the sentinel would clash with the energy of the chronosorter. This would ultimately cause harm to itself.
¿Cómo podrían unos cronoclasificadores atrapar a la gran centinela?
What if the Fraxidus modified those chronosorters? A whole bunch of them, pushed to their limits, all working together to deliver one massive blow. But not even that was enough to take down the sentinel. After the first hit, they set up modified flare crests in the Mianlun chamber to form a special force field along with those chronosorters. It prevented the sentinel from replenishing energy, and eventually restricted its movement and perception.
Muy específico, ¿no? Y si ellos fueron los que hicieron todo esto.
So, we must free the sentinel from that force field first.
It would be a task more complicated than it sounds. The people of Hongzhen have lived with the sentinel for generations. We can usually tell if it's in good shape or not. But now, the Fraxidus want to capture the sentinel. They won't just stop at Mount Firmament. Madam Magistrate, I'm sure you didn't come here just for the sentinel. Please tell us what you know, Madam Magistrate.
Yes. I will tell you everything.
So the sentinel is actually injured. And it's been getting worse. The Fraxidus attacked while it hasn't healed yet. Their plans are devious as always. Madam Magistrate, you've already laid out this plan so far. It's always a challenge to decipher the Sentinel's intentions. But there were many theories about it in City Hall at the time. I couldn't fathom why it went through such great lengths to retrieve you from Mount Firmament and raise you within our walls. But now that I reflect on it, perhaps the Sentinel saw in you the potential to one day restore the temporal program and ensure the survival of Jinzhou's inhabitants.
Puede ser.
I just never thought you'd be willing to follow through with that prophecy.
Creo que todo se termina cumpliendo tarde o temprano esas
It was
profecías de
here
Yui.
on this very mountain that I first encountered the Sentinel. Back then, I was too young to remember anything. Even the image of Mount Firmament has slipped from my mind. But this time, as soon as I stood at the base of Mount Firmament, I felt a wave of recognition wash over me. Memories long buried resurfaced with sudden clarity. Lady Xingyi, I was born with my life, my everything connected to our Sentinel. But my duty as its appointed resonator is not the only reason for my decision. I'm following the heart of my younger self before I became Jinshi. The girl who used to laugh with pure joy as she felt the snow from Mount Firmament on her face. I'm a seed born on Mount Firmament, carried by the wind to every corner of Jinzhou. But now, I've returned to my place of origin. It's time for me to take root and grow into something greater.
No matter what happens or what choices you make, please remember, the people of Hongzhen will always have your back. Mount Firmament has been stagnant for eternity. Perhaps a sudden crack of lightning is what we need to break through the fog of uncertainty that has lingered over us for far too long. Once you pass through Hongzhen, keep your eyes open for a cave on the northern cliff. That will lead you to a shortcut towards Mianlun Chamber. The place is directly under Mount Firmament's iconic loon-shaped cliff. I wish you two the best of luck.
Interesante, cuanto menos.
Wind, guide me. Jinshi, so far everything we know about the Sentinel is still just speculation.
You were right. But my weakening resonance ability and my connection to the Sentinel leave me no choice but to explore these theories. Whether it's fact or fiction, truth or a lie, I have to confront the Sentinel and see for myself. The Mian Loom chamber should be deep in the cave. Let's go.
Cherish every gain. Keep it together. Nowhere to hide.
Tear them to pieces. No mercy. My field of expertise. Back off. All yours.
Wind, guide me. Leave it to me. Be gone. Down with the curtain. No hesitation. One with the best chance. Must not falter.
Time to wrap it up. Now I'll pay it back tenfold. My field, you won't cast me down. My oversight.
Hostia, que esto es de más nivel. Con razón me está matando los personajes. Yo sin darme cuenta.
Payday, baby.
Perfecto. Ya vengo, chicos, voy a hacer un corte porque tengo que recuperar vida. Entonces, sí, ya vengo. Volvimos.
Leave it to me.
Uy, este también es de más
Check
nivel.
the phones. One with the sounds. No hesitation. Endure and defy. I must not.
Híjole, pero acá me atacan todos.
Tear them to pieces. No mercy. I'll pay it back tenfold. You won't cast me down. Get lost. I can't keep going. my field of expertise.
Y todo esto para casa. Esto me lo guardo. Ahí también te guardo. Vamos a por acá. Esta cosita para mí.
Found any keepers?
Perfecto. Mm, nice. Mm,
This must be the Mianlong chamber. We should now help the sentinel break free from the flare crest spines.
la superficie del agua no se ve en absoluto.
Chronosorters nearby may have frozen this body of water in time. Or it could have been caused by the temporal disruptions here. Either way, we can use it to our advantage. We can walk over the water now. We are too far away to see what's going on inside. Let's go. I still need more information to determine what we should do next.
Mm,
Leave it to me.
hostia.
Shadow follows.
Esto tocaba atacarlos por detrás, ¿no?
Nowhere to hide. One with the sounds. Down the curtain. Show begins. No hesitation. Cherish every gain.
Para la mochila. Mm, lugares peculiares, cuanto menos.
I can feel the sentinel's presence inside, but it's not responding.
¡Eh! ¡Centinela! Ok, está resellada. Mm,
The flare crest.
la cresta de llamarado.
The sentinel is telling us. We need to find the 3 flare stones corresponding to the flare crest. Then we will be able to lift the confinement set by the Fraxidus.
But I'm not seeing any flare stones, or any kind of entrance to another chamber.
A ver. Ok. Ah, ¿qué pasa si lo dejo así? Bueno, dejémoslo hasta abajo del todo.
The water level has dropped. It's the flare stone, on that rock.
Let's go retrieve it.
Ah, bueno. Tú, mariposita, ven para acá. Mm,
Leave it to me.
We need to find a way to destroy the spikes with the corroder's help. Same as last time. Let's locate the photon vault first.
Swift and resolute. Checkmate.
tú para la mochila. Yo creo que tanto dispara mi
One with the sounds.
suaz. Tú a dormir. Y estas cosas.
The
Ah,
remaining photon vault is hidden behind the fissured ledge.
Fisher's Ledge. If only there was a tacitite foaming it. Let's look around.
Shadow follows. Down with the curtain. One with the sounds. One with the sounds. Checkmate.
mm,
Wind, guide me. Shadow follows. Leave it to me. One with the sounds. No hesitation.
Tear them to pieces. Pick up. Time to wrap up. My field of expertise. Back off.
Swift and resolute. One with the sounds. Down with the curtain. Keep it together. Last chance. I must not falter.
My field of expertise. I'll pay it back tenfold. You won't cast me down. Get lost. Be gone. No mercy. My field of expertise. Cleave it. My field of expertise. Good. There's no time to waste. Where's the destination?
Otra cosa más para leer.
Once, tacit discords terrorized the land.
The region of Jinzhou was under siege. A mother and her newborn child were hiding in ruins, trying to avoid the deadly creatures. They weren't safe for long. As the tacit discord found them, the mother sacrificed herself to protect her child. But with her gone, it was difficult for the newborn to survive. In a couple of minutes, its loud cries gradually died out. Fortunately, the newborn's cries echoed through the forest with a unique resonance that reached the ears of the mighty sentinel. With a burst of energy, our sentinel dispelled the surrounding evils. But sadly, it was too late. That night, Mount Firmament shook with the roars of a lung, and dark clouds gathered. The sentinel returned with a dead infant in its embrace. As if by magic, somber clouds parted, and shooting stars lit up the sky. With Mount Firmament's unique flow of time, the sentinel brought the deceased infant back to life. The resurrected infant became known as the
Sentinel's appointed resonator, and went on to become the magistrate of Jinzhou.
Es ella. Increíble. La infanta fallecida aquí es...
Yes, it's me. I've lived in Jinzhou my whole life, and never ventured into Hongzhen. Yet even I know of the legend. To me, Chue is more than just our sentinel, or a revered divine being. It raised me and saved me from certain death. I've been thinking about it on our way here. If the sentinel predicted our fight, why would it even bother saving me in the first place? Now I understand why. Because I am the sentinel's resonator. I may not have any extraordinary abilities, but I do possess the temporal program that it accidentally lost. If Jinzhou ever faces a similar time crisis, I I might be the only one who can set things right. In our Sentinel's prediction, the battle between us is supposed to happen in the distant future. It had been waiting for an opportunity, a right moment to tell me the truth. That's why it didn't explain. Now may not be the opportunity the Sentinel has been waiting for. My body cannot hold up much longer. I have to go and face it while I still can. Learn about the truth, or complete our destined battle.
Como tu amigo, no quiero verte sufrir.
Give up my duty. I never thought about it. Many times. It was the endless kindness of you, Chung Li, Xing Yi, and everyone in Jinzhou that gave me the courage to push on. Even Chue's decision to bring me back to life, whether out of pity or not, I am truly grateful. The thought of it warms my heart every time. Jinzhou holds everything that's dear to me. Even without the title of magistrate, I could never leave Jinzhou behind.
Pero tus heridas.
I'm okay. The pain I'm feeling is nothing compared to those trapped in the temporal disruptions. I must find the Sentinel as soon as possible. We draw from the same source of power. Saving it means saving myself.
Tienes que luchar contra la centinela.
If there is truly no other option in the end, then I will have to fight it. I refuse to back down. I will fight. To protect the Sentinel and to defend Jinzhou. One life may be lost, but many will be saved. If it means keeping everyone safe, then I have no regrets giving my own life. But let me make one thing clear. I am not planning on dying yet. I am here to fight for a chance at survival, no matter how slim that chance may be. We're not in a situation where death is our only option, are we?
Confío en tu decisión.
Thank you for placing your trust in me. Come to think of it, many good things have happened to me since you arrived in Jinzhou. Thank you, Rover.
Siempre estoy aquí para ti.
My teacher, Chung Li, told me it's up to both of us to solve the crisis at Mount Firmament. As I know you have a special connection with our Sentinel, I need your support in this decision. But don't worry, I'm prepared. This isn't about succumbing to destiny. It's about embracing it fully. I am grateful to have you by my side through it all.
Hmm, No me lo
cherish
llevo.
every gain.
Puedo retroceder el tiempo, que eso no alcanza a llevármelo. A ver. Adelanto el tiempo. No, pues lo dejo así. Sí, que tiene. Taca, taca. Para acá. Esto me lo llevo para mi casa. Esas. Esto. Necesito uno para el de allá. Mm, creo que hasta allá no me deja llegar. A ver. Creo que acá hay otro. Y bueno, voy a probar. Aquí. Como más. Salió para pintura. Fin.
Leave it to me. One with the sounds. You will obey. I must not.
Híjole.
Tear them to pieces. Zap strength. It's our curse.
Esa la pintura. Este cofrecito para mí.
Bad. Found any keepers?
Voy a presionar nada más por acá. No. Y por acá. Otro devolver del tiempo. No. Hostia, esa pared.
Good. Now we can get that flare stone.
Done.
2 more to go. Let's look for them nearby.
Wind, guide me. Sounds are fading.
Pero tío.
stage is yours. Zap strength. It's our curtain call. My field of expertise. No mercy. Tear them to pieces. My field of expertise.
Otra
One
más.
last flare stone to go.
Y faltaría la última.
Good. There's no time to waste.
Ok. Ah, siempre estuvo ahí.
Good. There's no time to waste.
All set. The Sentinel should be able to break free now.
Yes. I believe so. Let's head back to the Sentinel's place.
Oh, gran centinela, al fin te hemos liberado. Espero que tengas un gran anhelo con nosotros. Y la gran centinela está libre.
Jinshi, it has been quite some time. And greetings, Lord Arbiter. Or should one address you as Rover?
Arbiter. Arbiter. ¿Cómo?
One cannot discern the cause of your arrival. Yet its significance heralds Jinzhou's fateful juncture. Shall a child who has lost their memories take up arms and fight for their fate? Or shall they retreat to their cradle and slumber? The seed of the future shall be sown in this very moment.
¿Qué quieres decir con arbiter? ¿Qué debería hacer?
Once the situation settles, an explanation shall be provided. For now, one must implore you to simply engage, decide, and observe. Jinji, your journey has been an arduous one. Aside from aiding one in this predicament, surely there are other inquiries you wish to make.
I cannot bring myself to ask for more. All I seek is the truth. Mount Firmament is in grave danger. Regarding the temporal mandate and your injuries, please do not keep the truth from me any longer.
One understands your concerns. The timing may not be optimal for this disclosure. Yet in the midst of crisis, one must act with expedience. For one will soon perish. One such as this, of immortal nature, is designed to endure for all time. Yet one suffered severe harm in ancient times, and now relies on the Myeonlong chamber for survival. This is not the optimal solution. For a long time, one has had to use this chamber to replenish energy, hoping to delay the inevitable doom. Yet fate cannot be defied. The Fraxidas have conspired against this one. Now, the injury only worsens. The Myeonlong chamber can no longer prolong one's life.
Si mueres, ¿qué ocurrirá con Jinjo?
Jinjo. The city of Jinjo will be no more. Ever since one descended upon Mount Firmament, using the power of temporal mandate to repel tacit discourse, time has been in disarray within this location. The fate of Jinjo was sealed from that moment. Over the past millennium, one has defied the laws of nature and sustained Jinjo at the cost of one's own life force. Otherwise, the temporal disruption would wreak havoc not only on Mount Firmament, but on the entire region of Jinjo. If this were to happen, all life will be engulfed in a chaotic storm of twisted time.
¿Qué les pasará a ellos?
Jinjo shall forever remain frozen in time. The past and the future melt into one, rendering life indistinguishable from death. The ceremonial rituals and endless battles persist, intertwining joy and sorrow into an eternal war. All inhabitants of Jinjo shall endure this perpetual fate until time itself ceases to exist. It is this one's own doing, and one must put an end to it. In the coming days, one will exert every ounce of strength to freeze the time in Jinzhou at the cost of one's remaining life. In that moment, Jinzhou will fall into stillness, but not perish. In the distant future, the people of Wanlong may discover a method to rescue Jinzhou.
Is there truly nothing else we can do?
This is not the optimal solution, but it suffices as an option.
Please, forgive me, but I cannot do as you say.
Por eso la
A
pelea.
decade, a century. What if nobody comes up with a solution? By that time, the world will have turned its back on this forgotten city. And who would be willing to spend precious resources rescuing a small city in a far-off corner of the world? Jinzhou's fate deserves better than an uncertain future.
Whilst one may not live to witness the future, one can still envision endless possibilities yet to come. In my deduction, this method proves to be the most effective and stable. Magistrate Jinji, as you express doubts, pray tell, how do you propose to solve this issue? The flow of time upon Mount Firmament is in disarray, and it can only be contained through one's utmost effort. If one does not freeze the time now, the situation in Jinzhou shall surely worsen 100-fold, or even 1,000-fold after one's passing.
You once predicted a destined battle between us. Is it true?
Correct.
I was lost at first, struggling to grasp the prophecy's meaning. Only when I learned of your actions alongside the court of Savante did it all become clear. By clashing two resonating powers, a second resonance awakening can be induced. Through this, I am able to push my resonance ability beyond its limits and invoke the temporal mandate to restore the flow of time. Though I will be forced to raise my blade against you.
Ridiculous!
Sí, ella lo sabe todo, técnicamente tuvo que prever esto y se lo comentó
Even the
literalmente, porque
smallest
realmente
mistake
está actuando en
will
ese momento.
result in overclocking and leave you nothing but an empty husk.
Tomará el riesgo.
You are well aware of its excruciating effects. The pain you feel now is but a faint scratch in comparison to its true torment. Moreover, you will be trapped within the fissures of time itself. Your being will be relentlessly shredded and mended day after day, denied any respite for eternity.
I can restore the errors in the flow of time. Isn't that why you saved me all those years ago? I'm just doing what you've been doing all along. Going against fate to keep Jinzhou safe.
Jinshi, you are given one last opportunity. Let me freeze the time, and I can ensure your safety.
Mm, y sí le ayudé. Estoy aquí por alguna razón, ¿no?
You are only here to witness before the right time arrives. But you are not compelled to remain idle. Should you intervene, we may augment Jinshi's odds of survival by a fraction.
Perfecto.
Command me to transfer my temporal mandate access to Jinshi at the right moment. The moment of her resonance abilities depletion, when she is teetering on the brink of overclocking and near death. Then we may still save her life. Miss that moment by even the slightest margin, and Jinshi's fate will be sealed.
Haré todo lo que pueda para mantener a Jinshi a salvo.
I should have died a long time ago. But I was lucky enough to be saved by you, allowing me the chance to see the glittering lights of Jinzhou for myself. You rewinded time to save me. I am responsible. Jinzhou is my home. If it's ever in danger, I will do everything in my power to protect what I hold dear, even at the cost of my own life.
Such a valiant speech. Do you know the weight of this decision?
I understand your concerns. I will reach my second awakening with our destined confrontation and restore the time flow. Are you willing to bet on me?
Restore the time flow. Pray, from where does this confidence arise? You are my resident, but your strength is only a fraction of mine. There is little chance for you to retreat unscathed.
But I can at least win some hope for our people. Even if it costs me my soul, my everything. I cannot die without trying. I may only bear your power for a fleeting moment. It's all I need to secure a better future for Jinzhou, defying all of your predictions, and I can keep you safe. If there is anyone who can face you in a fight,
Eso.
that person has to be your resonator.
Dilo, reina.
I will be your final winning move in this game.
Are you truly ready to challenge a being worshipped by your kind? Will you not regret it when you meet your bitter demise?
I will not regret it, no matter what.
Very well, Magistrate of Jinzhou. Come to the summit. Demonstrate your prowess. show me how you shall be my triumphant ace.
Ok, ok, ok.
Lord Arbiter, one is curious about your choice this time. Wherever the tides may take us, you will bear witness to our
Government must be guided by virtue. Chi, do you keep this in mind?
Yes, virtue must come first. Politics, commerce, it all must serve the people.
From now on, you shall be known as Jinshi, bearing Jinzhou's name as your own. What do you think of this world?
Like here, darkness clings, but lights flicker in the gloom.
A guiding light.
That's why they stand out so brightly against the darkness.
This entrance leads to one Sonoro Sphere. Magistrate Jinshi, one shall await you there. Rover, this battle is related to the fate of Jinzhou, and only you can open this Sonoro Sphere. The key to Jinzhou's future lies in your hands.
If I open it, then she is bound to face you in the ultimate battle. The ideal outcome would be for her to absorb your power at the critical moment and restore the time flow without any loss of life. There's a chance that she could push herself too far and end up dying from overclocking. Though, if I do nothing, you'll use your remaining power to freeze all of Jinzhou in time.
Correct. Now, please let us know your choice.
Rover,
Abriré la entrada una vez que estés listo.
I have been preparing for this moment. Leaving Jinzhou behind fills me with regret. Knowing I may never again bask in its glorious sunshine or witness the purity of its snowflakes. But that's why I'm here. To ensure that others can still experience the wonders of nature. Our city has a rich history, with generations witnessing endless sunrises and sunsets at the border. Our people have sacrificed their blood and tears to protect Huanglong's safety. They deserve a bright future. I want to protect Jinzhou in my own way. As Jinshi, as a citizen of Jinzhou, and as Jinzhou's magistrate. Let's begin. Be swift. Forgive me. Negligence on my part. Fast and sturdy. Beckoning light. Evil be cleansed. Shine forevermore. So be it. Sacred light. The hour stars. Heed my calling. Worry not.
Hostia, me congeló en el tiempo.
I shall lead the way. Evil be cleansed. Be swift. Let it end. Sacred light. Heaven ordained. Banish all vice. Strike fast. Evil be cleansed.
Quite the impressive feat, Magistrate Jinji. However, you are still a long way from inheriting my power. Back down now, while you still.
I've made up my mind, and I will not back down. He once said it's not easy to become a candle of light. But I still want to try. I want to see if I can ignite a spark of hope for Jinzhou. The sky beckons.
Lord Arbiter, may this one transfer the temporal mandate to Jinshi. This one has heard your decision.
Mm.
What do you think?
You deserve a bright future.
The transfer has been carried out as you instructed. Jinshi, one shall honor one's promise and restore Jinzhou's future to you and its people.
Onwards.
Bueno, no me parece que haya quitado toda la vida, pero creo que eso era parte de la cosa que antes la chica perdiera toda la vida.
Jinshi has recovered. One will soon send her back to Jinzhou for recuperation. Please do not worry. with all matters resolved, as per the agreement, it is time for one to address you. One is prepared to answer any inquiries you may have. I am WuWa the Sentinel, the guide of Jinzhou's civilization. Everything about Jinzhou has been stored in my mind. You are my arbiter and my former master.
Antiguo maestro.
In bygone days, I stood by your side as you established Jinzhou City. You tasked me with safeguarding its prosperity.
Entonces, ¿por qué perdí mis recuerdos?
This one begs your pardon, for it is not all-knowing. All my knowledge came from you. One is prepared to answer any inquiries you may have. In the past, one was granted the key to that sonoro sphere by your hand. You said you planned to participate in history, to make choices, and witness the development of civilizations. One had previously requested for permission to transfer the temporal mandate to Jinshi, as that is how one is designed to function.
Eso me lo pregunté, yo pensé que, ¿por qué se le pide permiso?
Every ounce of my existence, from life to death, and even the passing on of power, is subject to your approval. One is prepared to answer any inquiries you may have. Since Jinshi has inherited my power, the temporal programs are now complete. Jinshi has fully assumed the mantle of leadership. From this day forth, one shall only offer when it is truly needed.
¿Por qué no se lo dijiste a Jinshi antes?
This situation has been analyzed before, but the number of variables made reaching a safe conclusion impossible. To accomplish a goal, Jinshi must possess both strength and confidence. Revealing the truth to her earlier would only add to her chance and not aid in improving her abilities. Today was not the ideal moment for our destined battle to unfold, but the Fraxidus has remarkably escalated its arrival. One is prepared to answer any inquiries you may have. The flow of time on Mount Firmament has been restored to its natural pace, but the citizens of Hongzhen must still contend with shortened lifespans should they attempt to depart. Fortunately, with Jinshi's resonance ability, they can stay safe as long as they remain on the mountain. For lack of a better solution, this is the best we can do. Through countless ages, the imposing Mount Firmament stood firm against the storms. But as spring brings thunder and change, one feels a spark of transformation in the air. The people of Hongjian have a bright future. One that can be steered in the right direction within mere days with proper leadership. One is prepared to answer any inquiries you may have.
No tengo nada que preguntar.
Your tacit mind. There is something unusual.
Abby, despierta. Alguien está preguntando por ti.
What? What's wrong? Rover, who's bullying you? Huh? Is it you, big thing? Huh? How dare you? I'm gonna teach you a Huh? Wait, pause. I don't think it has any bad intentions. Smells like the unnatural smell I smelled in Jinzhou before.
Bueno, sobre la centinela que estaba buscando.
Oh, so you must be that sentinel. Hello there, big one. Rover, why didn't you wake me up earlier? I got a feeling I missed out on a lot of fun.
It does feel similar to me, but there is some difference.
¿Sabes qué es eso?
This entity is unfamiliar to you. As it resides within your tacit mind, one can only assume you granted it access intentionally.
Entonces, ¿quién más puede responder a mis preguntas?
Lord Arbiter, have you heard of the Black Shores?
Sí, conozco a esas personas.
The Black Shores is the starting point of your journey in this world. If you have doubts, this one suggests a visit to that island.
Lo tendré en cuenta.
Worry not. The wuthering waves ebb and flow. They shall send you back to where you belong.
Las olas borrascosas. Las Wuthering Waves, ¿no?
One suggests heading back to Hongjian to reunite with your companions, Lord Arbiter. With Mount Firmament no longer posing a threat, surely Hongjian will undergo significant changes.
Lugares hermosos, lugares bellísimos, todo este lugar tan inmenso. Aparentemente yo soy el líder de todo, de Chuy. Es bien interesante.
Leave it to me.
Y hemos llegado a Arcolaria.
Mount Firmament glowed with the sun's light, high above the clouds and snow. Then, suddenly, they vanished, revealing a distant blue sky. And amidst it all stood a white-haired maiden, like a goddess descended from the heavens. With a mere wave of her hand, she brought forth a new season, transforming the streets below. This maiden was none other than the dead infant, now reborn as the magistrate of Jinzhou. When thunder roars in spring's embrace, the sun shall shine upon this place. For only through death and strife can one truly embrace new life.
I see. Doesn't matter. That's not important for our goal. We have the answers we wanted already. With the second resonance awakening, we will tap into powers that rival the Sentinels. Complete control of the artificial resonator awakening process is within reach. And lastly, about that rover. This trip was worth it. We've collected many wonderful notes, haven't we? It's about time. Get moving. Can't let a certain someone wait too long behind bars.
No, tambores, cara. Pero bueno, aquí dejamos este video de hoy. Espero que les haya gustado. Esto fue Wuthering Wayne por hoy. Que tengan un gran día. Denle like, suscríbanse. Hasta luego.